Today, we're going to talk about one of the most incredible city building stories of our time. We're going to look at the company that didn't just add a few buildings to a skyline, they literally created one from scratch. I mean, look at this. It's one of the most famous skylines in the entire world, right? It's a symbol of pure ambition, of luxury, of what the future could look like. But have you ever really thought about who's behind it all? It's an amazing story, and it's all built on a business model that is just, wow. So let's get into it. Okay, so our story really starts with the birth of modern Dubai itself, this incredible city that just seemed to shoot up out of the desert. And here's the wild part. So much of what you see, those record-breaking towers, the massive communities, it all comes from one single developer. Think about that. This isn't a city built by dozens of different companies over time. It was largely shaped by one master plan, one vision. So who is this master developer? Well, let's put a name to the company that has literally built the Dubai we know today. The name is Emaar. They are, without a doubt, the biggest master plan developer in the United Arab Emirates, and pretty much the engine that powered the city's incredible growth. And these guys don't just build, regular buildings. They build world records. I'm talking about the Burj Khalifa, still the tallest building on the planet. The Dubai Fountain, the biggest musical fountain in the world. And believe me, they are not stopping. The Dubai Creek Tower is already in the works to be the next world's tallest tower. It's just insane. And just to give you a sense of the scale we're dealing with, look at this number. Over 42,000 homes. That's how many residential units Emaar has built and delivered in the UAE since 2002. We're not just talking about skyscrapers here. We're talking about creating homes for tens of thousands of people. That's a city within a city. This chart really tells the story of their dominance. You can just see thousands upon thousands of units sold year after year. To put it in perspective, back in 2019, Emaar was responsible for more than 65% of all the off-plan property sales in Dubai. They're not just a big fish in the pond. For a long time, they were the pond. All right, so seeing all this just raises one massive question, right? How? How do you fund these mind-bogglingly huge projects? Well, the secret is actually a brilliantly simple financial model. The whole magic trick comes down to this idea, a de-risked business model. Basically, they figured out how to get their customers to pay for the construction as it's being built. This means they can build these billion-dollar developments with very little of their own money at risk. It's absolutely genius. So here's the playbook. It's a simple three-step process. First, they get the land, but they do it through partnerships, often with a government. This means they don't have to spend a ton of cash up front. Second, they sell the idea of the building. They sell apartments off-plan, from the blueprints, before construction even really starts. And third, and this is the key, they use the deposits and payments from those customers to actually fund the construction. The projects literally pay for themselves in real time. So who's buying this vision and funding these projects? Well, it's a truly global crowd. As you can see from this 2019 data, while local buyers from the UAE are important, a massive chunk of the investment comes from all over the world. China, Saudi Arabia, India, you name it. Emaar isn't just selling condos. They're selling the Dubai dream to the entire world. But here's where you have to zoom out to really get the full picture. Emaar isn't just stacking up towers next to each other. No, they are building entire integrated towns from the ground up. This quote from one of their reports, this is their whole strategy. They build integrated lifestyle communities centered around iconic assets. So what does that mean? It means they don't just build the Burj Khalifa. They build the Burj Khalifa, and then they surround it with the mall, the fountain, the hotels, the restaurants, and thousands of apartments. The iconic tower becomes the gravitational center for a whole community. And just look at the variety here. This isn't some cookie-cutter approach. On one hand, you've got the super modern high-rise waterfront of Dubai Creek Harbor. On the other, you have the sprawling green suburbs of Dubai Hills Estate, which feels like a different world with its parks and golf course. They're literally building different kinds of lifestyles for different kinds of people. So this is the main takeaway. You have to stop thinking of Emaar as just a property developer. They're city builders. They put in the roads, the schools, the parks, the shops. They create the entire ecosystem that you need for modern life. So, what's next? After a track record like this, what does the future hold for the company that built Dubai? Well, they are still reaching for the sky, literally. This is what the planned Dubai Creek Tower is supposed to look like. It's the anchor for their next gigantic community project. You see the pattern? Start with a record-breaking icon and build a city around it. Their ambition is definitely not slowing down.
And that kind of leaves us with this one big final question to think about. What we see in Dubai is a pretty unique model, where one developer gets to have this single, unified vision for a city. So as more and more giant cities pop up around the world, you have to wonder, is this the blueprint for how the great skylines of tomorrow will be built? It's a pretty powerful thought.